yet another episode of This Week at Chelsea, and there's plenty to dive into following yet another defeat. Before we do so, as always, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. If you wish to become a member of the channel, click the join button down below. And with that said, let's get into it. Up first, and probably the most impactful news of the week, is regarding the management situation, both current and future. Frank Lampard will continue, to be interim head coach for the remainder of the season, despite having lost all 5 of his matches in charge since returning earlier this month. Whilst it might seem crazy keeping him, more and more people believe that the honourable thing for him to do at this point would be to resign. The club has already gone through so much change, though, with that said. The question remains, who would come in to cap the season off, and what could be achieved in that time? Nothing is the question, and nobody would be the answer to the management question. Relegation, whilst still mathematically possible, is more improbable than, probable. Despite the likelihood of us getting barely 2 points from our remaining games, of course, Arsenal, Manchester City, Man United, Newcastle, they're going to be losses more often than not. Unless we're really lucky or really show up somehow. Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest, they're the 2 points. I don't see us beating them personally. It's usually the smaller teams that show up in those types of games more so than not. Our record against the top 6 absolutely stinks. So I can't see us really winning, honestly. The answer to many people will be like, just bring Pochettino in now. But Pochettino coming in now would, of course, be putting him into a toxic side. And in my opinion, would be a terrible decision. And it's best to keep the geezer away and keep him fresh for the start of the next season. Honestly, and we've been doing it for months now. It pains me to say, but I'm in so much pain as it is as a Chelsea fan this season. But we just have to keep taking our beatings for the remainder of the season until the nightmare is officially over. On the topic of Pochettino, news circulating the progress of his impending arrival, with it looking more concrete than ever. With an official announcement, all that remains. Some outlets are claiming that the Argentinian could receive his official offer as early as this evening, with senior officials meeting in LA to make a final decision on the head coach vacancy. So don't be surprised if you see another video from me later on. With one former Spurs individual could result in another, as is probably the title of this video and the thumbnail. Harry Kane who is also linked with Manchester United, has also been rumoured to be of interest should Pochettino take charge, or when Pochettino takes charge. Harry Kane has always had a very good relationship with Pochettino, former Tottenham manager and fellow Harry. Myself and Harry again, of course. Harry Redknapp has said, although it wouldn't go down well with the Tottenham fans, I don't think he'll really care, to be honest with you. He has allegedly already started building a house nearby, what I assume would be either near Cobham or West London, and he's a family man, apparently, meaning that he'd probably be happier staying in London rather than picking up and going up north. Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy is allegedly bracing himself for an offer from Chelsea for the all-time England top scorer amid the arrival of Pochettino. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? Is Kane the answer to our striking problems? And would his best bet at silverware come in the form of a move across the capital? Or with the potential return of one Romelu Lukaku, would you stick with him one last time? Up next, it is shirt sponsor time. With the departure of 3 allegedly coming at the end of the season, Chelsea are in a bit of trouble as to who will take the real estate up on the front of our jersey. Well, Chelsea owners are in talks with German giants Allianz about taking over for exactly that. And whilst many would prefer to stick with our beloved Trivago, who stuck with us through thick and thin during the, the Roman situation and the Russian situation, whilst 3 did that as well, there was a little bit of distancing from the club during that time, whilst they never took the 3 off of the front of the shirt. They didn't stick with us just as well as Trivago did. I think, personally, that Allianz would be a good sponsor, or prove to be a good sponsor. That said, there are also several other companies in contention. So again, my question to you is, who would your preferred sponsor be moving past 3? Coca-Cola, Cadbury's, there's been some mock-up designs over the past couple of months. Samsung, a return, maybe. Yokohama could be coming back. Let me know in the comments down below. Departures next, and at the top of the list, past the usual Mason Mount rumours, Mateo Kovacic has once again taken the headlines more recently. The Croatian international Mateo Kovacic is about to enter the final 12 months of his contract and looks likely to leave Stamford Bridge as part of a major clear-out. Talks of Thomas Tuchel, of a Thomas Tuchel reunion, are running wild, with his recent performances incredibly underwhelming from what he's used to, producing. It comes across more so that he's done with his time at Chelsea, he's done with his time at the club, and having already been rumoured in the past for searching for a new challenge during the ownership change, I honestly wouldn't be too sad to see him go, as much as I would have been back then. He's won everything, practically, there is to win. He's been a fantastic player for us, but honestly, one of my favourite players ever for Chelsea. Whilst he is only 28 years of age and has many years ahead of him that would probably be seen out at Bayern or wherever he chooses to go, but most likely Bayern, let's be fair. If he doesn't want to be here anymore, there's nothing else to say really apart from thank you and good luck. And finally, some transfer news. We're already linked with several players, but Andre Onana is currently the main focus, with our goalkeeper concerns still here and there. Inter Milan are asking for at least 40 million euros. And the funny bit is still to come. They've made it incredibly clear, apparently, that they absolutely do not want Kepa Arrizabalaga as part of the deal, which is a little bit harsh. I don't know. But understandable. It's been made clear that Levi Colwill, who is currently on loan at Brighton, will be coming back at the end of the season and will be part of the squad next year, having made only 11 appearances in the league and being dropped in the FA Cup semi-final. Many think Pochettino may be inclined to finally give him the time he rightly deserves to prove himself as a starting man for Chelsea. A work permit has been hard to come by for Andre Santos, and is now apparently, that work permit is now apparently close to being done this summer, and Chelsea are confident that it will happen. Chelsea directors see him as ready for next season. The only way that could possibly change is if Pochettino doesn't think he's ready post the pre-season, tryouts, so to speak. And finally, João Felix will apparently not return to Atletico Madrid in the summer, but will not be bought on a permanent basis just yet. Just yet. With the 23-year-old Portuguese forward set to extend his loan deal at Chelsea from next season. What do you think? Ins and outs, plenty. Mateo Kovacic to leave. Let me know down below what you think about that. Harry Kane as well. We've already gone through that. And of course, João Felix for another year. I think if he was to stay, personally, from my opinion, if he was to stay, another loan, sure, we'll see how it goes. But to buy him on a permanent basis based on the performances he's put on for Chelsea since he's joined, I don't think there's enough there to warrant the 80 million plus deal that would be put our way. And that's it. Another week of mayhem in the books. Arsenal up next, and if they weren't looking for blood already, which they definitely would have been, they certainly will now, following their defeat to Manchester City. With that said, please do, as ever, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. Thank you for watching, and as always, my name is Harry, up the Chelsea, and peace.